It stopped recording. Okay, we're back. Sorry.
Okay. So my grandma makes this dish, and it's basically so you take a grape leaf, so
Uh-huh.
you have to boil it first, so you kind of dip it in, and you take it out and you let it cool, and then you make this rice pine nut mixture, and you add spices, and you fill that in the leaf about like a little finger, that size of
Uh-huh.
rice, and you fold it and you wrap it and you cook it.
Ooh, that sounds
So
good.
that's called dolma, and the Turkish translation for that is literally like filled. So
Huh.
yeah, because it's filled beef. So um, what else? She makes these artichoke hearts. So they have a fresh market there every Saturday. So you go to the market and it's all open. There's tons of vendors, and these are all usually farmers. So uh, anything you can think of: tomatoes, onions, dill, arugula, spinach, cabbage, uh, all in any fruits that are local. It's very local food. And then you have artichokes, but it's not the whole artichoke that they sell.
Uh-huh.
They peel it and they clean the hair off, and then they immerse it in this salt solution. So when you buy it, you just pressure cook it, and then you put this rice onion mixture on top, and then a little bit of dill, and you eat that, and it's really good.
Nice. And
Yeah.
so then, how did you feel when the military coup started up against Edragan?
Part of me, a small part of me panicked a little bit because I've never experienced a coup. And what I was watching on the news, what I saw later, or actually what I saw first, is that they closed off a bridge in Istanbul. So people could come onto the main island from the bridge, but they
Mm-hmm.
couldn't leave. So one direction was completely closed off with police. Um, what I later learned is that this coup was very, it was Istanbul and Ankara, in which they had tried to assume control, but they failed. So, for example, on that bridge, when Erdogan's supporters flooded the city because they received a text saying, if you want to protect our democracy, go out into the street and fight for your country. I actually saw this text on my grandmother's phone. I wish I had forwarded it to my phone, but they actually mass sent this out to everybody. So when they flooded the streets, those pro-government forces, the people, they actually ended up killing those soldiers who were on the bridge by decapitating them.
Oh, wow. Okay, that escalated quickly.
Oh yeah, they were. And then in Ankara, they had tanks whizzing through the street, and people also on the street, kind of looking around what had happened. Tanks ran over people because they were going maybe 50, 60 miles an hour. It's a tank. You don't feel if someone
Yeah.
gets squished under. And then from the bridge in Istanbul, there was gunfire, casualties. Um,
But you really didn't see any of this where you were,
no,
right?
I
Yeah.
was I was south of Istanbul in a city called Bodrum,
Okay.
like a coastal city. So we didn't feel a thing. Life went on. I mean,
Okay.
people talked about it, but there were no bombs, there was no gunfire, there was no beheadings.
Yeah.
There was also in Ankara, there was a government building that was attacked by fighter jets with a bomb, or I'm sorry, a missile. And at the time, they were holding a meeting. One party of the government was holding a meeting in the bottom floor, but where they had bombed was the top floor, so no one actually got hurt.
Okay. So,
So on the
yeah, oh no, thank you so much. I really appreciate you giving me your time